All right, I'm here in Yorba Linda, California, my childhood home. And my dad was a heavy car collector, and he's got a bunch of neat stuff that I grew up all around. And there's 2 cars remaining that are in the family garage, and today I'm going to go dig them out. All right, you ready? Ooh. Let's pull off the earth. Well, this is the 190SL Mercedes. It's 1958, and it's been in our family since the 70s, I'd say, probably mid to late 70s or so. And it saw a lot of use with the family. Royce and Rick both drove the heck out of it back in the day, and my mom as well. She drove this car quite a bit. And then we started the restoration on it probably in the early 80s or so. In the mid 80s, when our father passed away, it really stalled out and it just stopped, and it's been sitting in the spot ever since. This is the Mother's Day Packard. Our dad bought this for Mom in the 70s as well as a Mother's Day gift. The goal really with both of these cars is to get them out and the family can enjoy them again. You know, Royce is going to take the Mercedes back home to Arizona and get it running and driving and back together. And we're going to bring this to a local mechanic to do all the mechanical work on it, and then we'll probably all work together on making it beautiful.
Rick and I used to drive this to go rock climbing all the time. We'd drive it up to Idlewild or to Joshua Tree. We'd put the ropes in the back behind the seat and all our climbing gear and be styling all the way up the mountain.
A beautiful running car when it was driving good, and just amazing. So driving up the road, beautiful day, top down. All of a sudden I noticed the oil pressure gauge is down. So I'm like top end on the dash to try and figure out if it's just the gauge, because everything seemed pretty normal. And then it started to sputter, and it made a little chirp of the back wheels when it kind of locked up for a second and rolled off to the side of the road.
So a new engine was put in it after that accident. It never got put together so that it ran, so it was towed over here. So the new engine in it may have never been started.
It should, once you go through the system and stuff, your fuel system and all of that, it should have a really, really long life in it mechanically. The one thing that's great about this is a lot of the money was already spent back in the day buying parts for it. Now, there's a lot of parts that were really pricey that I'm sure are 10 times more expensive today than they were back then.
When my dad bought this car, somebody had crafted like a dashboard and a steering wheel out of wood.
That's right.
Right.
And they weren't really a very good woodworker. So
it didn't look that good.
And then there's a bunch of parts in the back here as
That's
well.
not even attached.
And some more material so you can make a suit to match the interior.
License plate frame, Beverly Hills Mercedes-Benz. Is that cool or what?
with the trim pieces.
Trim, yeah, I see that. It's been sitting here all this time, neglected, and these things want to go.
Ooh. Ow.
That's down. One down.
Sounds good.
What's in here?
Pink with white scallops.
And you know what's kind of funny? They call this a light 8.
I think they used this engine on steamships or something back then.
Yeah.
I'm Steve Snyder, and I have the company The Vault Classic Cars, and I buy and sell a lot of Packards, and I've had a number of my own Packards, and my folks have had a bunch of Packards, and my dad was really good friends with Randy's dad back in the day, and they were collecting cars back when the cars were practically free. Here we have the 32 Light 8. It's got the special scooped or curved grille, which is really a pretty nice design feature, just a lovely thing. This one is nice. It's got the original data plate, and you know, it looks like a good, solid, real, original car.
Yeah, the Line 8 was only 1 year.
1 year.
One
Yeah.
year. The one thing that's really cool on this too is this was always an LA car. Delivered October 18th, 1932.
How those, you're all good over here. Just steer towards the trailer.
Side,
Good.
front.
Better get moving. Wants to go.
Our dad bought this car for Mother's Day. It's just what she wanted.
Right, no jewels, a 32 Packard.
And it never ran, so she never got to drive it.
So we found these 3 old hickory golf clubs in the golf door of the Packard. Moved a little.
Well, I can move it, but it doesn't turn free like the other one does. Go a little really slow. We did it.
On the side.
Yeah, instead of 8, I don't know the bumper.
With any luck, it won't have to leave this way.
No, it's actually, the engine's quite clean.
I don't think there's too much risk if you just start it.
Okay, so I've got the Mercedes in its new home in Prescott, Arizona, and I'm gonna try to get the thing running. Alright. A little bit of black on this spark plug, so it has been started. Now the trick is to see if I can turn this wheel and make the engine turn. No, it's kind of stuck. Oh, there it goes. The engine's not seized. That's a really good sign.